Good morning, and good afternoon. Sorry about that, folks. Been with one of our Q School folks, right? Actually, we got a few folks in Q School, and so we've made a decision here to try to stay along the Nasdaq here. So this is more of this is a little unusual, but more of a position trade in here. We got wood in the trade. We got wood in the account for the week. Today is Wednesday. Wednesday. We've had a great week. I hope you've had a great week. Um, but we think there's still more to be had on the upside. And I see the cycles going through on NQ, but I wasn't here to react, and I didn't set up the robot to trade it. I just made a coaching decision to play it to the long, which you're still free to do. You still need to, we draw a distinction for all of our Q School folks between what? Discretionary trading, mechanical trading, robot assisted trading, and robot hedging. Very, very important to have good discretionary trading skills. Very, very important to have good mechanical trading skills. Doesn't mean you're going to get every trade right, but you need to have those skills. Because if you don't have those skills and you don't have confidence that you can do this manually, then getting the machine to do it is going to be a problem, a challenge. It just is, because you won't have confidence that you can do it. And if you don't have confidence, you won't have confidence in the machines. So, and it doesn't matter what anyone else does. It doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't, it only matters what you do, right? So we can't give confidence away. I wish I could. That'd be something, right? And confidence is only achieved by the successful execution of whatever it is you're doing. So if you're hitting your 7-iron and you're practicing something new, you have to go out and do it. You can watch all the videos you want to watch. You can, watch your teaching pro do it, but you can't get confidence from him hitting it. You got to get confidence from you hitting it. And I understand that trading, and certainly trading futures, which are leveraged, is a challenging endeavor because there aren't many endeavors in life, certainly not working for the federal government, where if you don't get something done, the employer reaches in and takes money out of your pocket, right? You may get a poor review. The private sector, you might get fired. Federal government, for the last 30, 40, 50 years, is like, they don't even have to show up. But suddenly now they got a little accountability. Couldn't help but take a cheap shot, right? Hope nobody is offended if you work from the federal government. There's plenty of folks that work for the federal government that do much work, but there's certainly a little excess there, a little excess that is getting squeezed out. But in the market, when you're trading as a business, your business, it's your time, it's your money, it's your decisions. It can be painful in that when you get it wrong, Mr. Market comes in and says, thank you very much. I'm going to take that money out of your pocket. And they take it out of your pocket, right? So there's even the professional golfers, I mean, they got their expenses, but they don't necessarily take the money out of the pocket. So there is an acquired skill set here that has to be learned. It has to be practiced, and it has to be acquired. And there's no jumping the shark. There's no shortcuts. I mean, you can watch these videos, and we thank you for coming by. But if all you're doing is going from person to person or whatever, trying to, peel off a trade here or there, be honest with you, you'd probably have more fun, more pleasurable, going to the Hard Rock Cafe. Because in the long term, that isn't going to get it done, get it done. So we're ready when you are. But let's take a peek at a few different intervals here on Swing Machine. Well, we have you at noon. I'll need to turn this down. We need the screens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change all the intervals here with a push of a button to what? To a 60-minute. Let's go look and see what's going on. And the 60-minute. So on the 60-minute, so we have had some changes, right? So um, the and it's too bad because you would have seen last night the hourlies had been short for 80 hours. They were up huge. Well, even the ES is still short at 102 hours, and it's up 12,000, but it was up much more than that. The NQ is up over 20,000, and but it has we can decipher from here. It has cycled a couple of times. We don't whether it be a 1 minute, 5 minute, 60-minute daily. Um, some signals will last exceptionally long, and some will be exceptionally short. We never know. All we know is when the signal comes. Now we can begin to compare and contrast and use other tools to get an indication. You can see these monies, here 12,000, but one has to learn and acquire the trading skill before they start trading the larger time frames and the larger leverage, because um, you would get emotionally tested, right? And by the way, you don't these this is based on a mini. If you were trading a micro, it would be $1,200. So it is scalable. So what I mean by that is, let's go put everything on a daily now, right? A daily, which is, not so when you're learning how to play golf, we teach, trading the 1 minute and the five initially, and it's kind of like teaching how to just like chip a golf ball, just chip, chip, chip. But in time, you'll be breaking out the big driver. And when you can do that, whether it be with futures or with options, then you're going to know, for instance, on the daily, the VIX went long 10 days ago on the 27th. And the ES actually went short 12 days ago. And if you had shorted the ES with a futures contract, you'd be up 19,000. Now, do you remember I showed everybody those puts that we put on? We put puts on even before this signal. Yep. I mean, the Nicholas went short on the 21st. We went short the end of I want to say the end of January. And those puts cost, we put them on at roughly 6,100 on the S&P. And the cost of those puts was 10 grand piece. Did we get it all? Did we get all 50 or 60,000 per put? No. But we got a nice big fat chunk. The NQ, 11 days. One mini, 32 grand. If you did it with a micro, you're learning, you did it with a micro, 3,200 bucks. You did it with 10 of them, 320 grand. The Dow, 11. So this is on a daily basis. We closed all of our puts, the last of them. We've been closing them. As the market was going down, we began boom, 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 start closing them out. Yesterday, we closed them all up. Now, yesterday morning. Now, they may continue to run. Am I going to beat myself up that I didn't get it all? No. No, we got what we got. And now we could get a bounce in this market. We could get the S&P back up to 5840. We could get the NASDAQ back up to 2590, 1,000 points higher. I mean, we could. And the downtrend still be in place. What would it say here? It would say RIP. But what are the retail traders going to do? See, they treat every sell-off the same. Every time the market sells off, they see what? A dip. Everything is a dip to them. Everything is a buying opportunity. It won't be. It isn't. The markets are now trending down. Those dips are not dips. They're going to be rips, or this dip. When the market rallies, it's going to be a rip. They never tell them to sell the rip. The rip should be sold. The pros call them fish hooks. Because you see, when the brokers and the brokers call the people who are busy working and they say, hey, the market just dipped, Joey Chitwood, and do you want to send us 50 grand and let's go buy some stock? Yeah, okay. Yeah, let me send you 50 grand. But if they say, hey, the broker, hey, Joey Chitwood, the market is now trending down. They're selling off. The market's going to rally and we want to short it. You want to send me the 50 grand to short? They're like, nah, I don't think so. They won't send them any money. So they won't do it. And they don't do it. Because why? Because nobody can time the market. Those fools can't. The brokers and the brokers. Are you kidding me? You think they're going to do what you can do here with your money? They're going to do that for you? Those people, they're golfing. They're at the mall. They're on Neil Cavuto on Saturday morning, talking economic mumbo jumbo, wizards of smart. You know who they are. You see them. And everybody, oh, wow, that guy, he's on CNBC. He's on Fox on Saturday with Neil Cavuto's gone, by the way, I guess. But he must be really smart. I better send him my 500,000 or whatever it is, and whatever they got in their IRA. I'm going to send him our IRA money, honey, and he's gonna take care of it for us. He's a good guy. He's a boutique broker. Okay, let me know how that works out for you. Oh, the noise always picks up on the sell-off, right? When the markets are going up, nobody cares. Nobody asks why. Going up, going up. But when it's going down, they all want to know why. We don't ask why. We just react. Do you remember? We can slide over here, show you a couple of things. Remember this chart? Remember this one? We have to go back now. Remember this was a Sunday to Monday. Do you remember that one? That was the first one. Remember that was about, what was the narrative? That was because of the Chinese AI company that, was going to put Nvidia out of business. That was that. Right? Remember it went down really, really hard, and then the rest of the week it sailed back up. That was like a month ago. And we had put puts on back here. And then it went back up here, and then it did it again. The same thing. Only this time they decided to attach the story to the Trump tariffs, right? And we put more puts on up here. Down we come, and we were trading, of course, and then we counted right back up, and then it was on that Sunday night, I think it was in here, and it didn't quite, and then we did it again, and then we went sideways here a little bit. You remember all that? And we said, I don't think it's going to go back up here this time, because we did it once, twice, three times. Three times a lady. Isn't that how the song goes? And then we said, if we break this, we got to calculate the distance from here to here, and we're likely to get down into where we were looking at this level right here. And I said, if we get down to 5,800, Bag of Dawn and Caddy Sue are going to be really, really happy, because we got puts up here that we paid, handsomely for. and they're going to be 2, 3 times that price. And people will be very, very fearful, and the implied volatility is going to go up, and they're going to be very expensive. And so while the sun was out and nobody was interested in buying those insurance contracts, we bought them and then we sold them to them down here. They paid us dearly. We worked hard for that. You know that. You do too. Bagger puts in a lot of time. I'm not doing this. I love doing this. I enjoy doing this, but I am working my little ass off. I do put in a lot of time. You do too. Most people, then you'd be like, "Are you nuts? Yeah, I gotta do that. I'm gonna watch Fox News. I'm gonna watch Dancing with the Stars. You know, I'm gonna do whatever." All right, well that's fine. Um, so here we be, right? Here we be. Now look at all these little C points. Look at all these little C points that came in. Do you remember? Let's go do this. Let's have some fun. You ready? This is a C point. Remember I said if you wanted to play for just one brick, you'd make $1,000. Now that C point, let's get a marker. Let's do this. It's up to you. You know what you want to be doing, right? So this marker, I'm trying to find a marker here from Zoom. Bear with me. Right here. So this C point here, this is a C point long. This shows up right here at the start of that brick. And if you bought and sold right there for one brick, you'd make $1,000. Now you would have left 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You would have left it on, but you would have made 1,000. So if somebody can count with me, that's one. Now, well, what if I get it wrong, Don? Well, if you get it wrong, you're going to lose 2,100. You're going to lose 2 bricks and a little bit. 2 bricks. So it costs $2,100 to play in a stop loss. So that's 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5 down. It's the short one. 5. This is 6. This is 7. This is 8. This is 9. This is 10. This is 11. This is 12. This is 13. This is 14. So we're 14 for 14. We don't really put a value on win-loss ratios. That is a sucker's review. But let's keep moving. Now this was everything that we had done before. What number was, I think it was at 14, right? 14? If I got it wrong, somebody let me know. But this is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I got to go slide this. I'm going to mess this up. It's that one there. I got to slide this and it's going to move on me. Let me grab it from here. I forget what number I was on. But I think we got one more, what I don't know, 24, 25,000 winner on every single one of them. And you're not really breaking out the big club. You're just hitting little 9-irons, little knockdown 9-irons. Boom, 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 boom. And when the volatility increases, you're going to have more opportunity. When the volatility compresses, you're going to have less. And you're going to have to wait. You're going to have to have a patience of a nice fisherman. You're going to have to just wait. And so, whoops. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, I hate when I do that. There it is. Okay, I goofed. I was trying to erase all these things. Zoom. I'll just do the eraser. But you don't have to play that way. I mean, if there's so many different ways to play. I mean, you could still use the same tool, but you could use options. And remember, told you about the young lady who's a member of ours, and every time Nicholas goes short or goes long, she gets a call option or put option. She's pretty happy. Doesn't trade that much because we don't get that many signals in a year. We get a few, or we get, but not a ton. Let's go back here. Um, Intraday. There we go. If you are making decisions on your position window on the money, you might as well not have anything on your screen, because if you are making those decisions, then you can't really pay attention to whatever it is that's on your screen or that you should be paying attention to. Um, if you cannot stop watching the money, then you're probably playing too big. You got too much margin on. You know? So we review that with everybody individually. That's an individual consideration. But if you're doing that day in and day out, it's going to get old. It's going to drive you to drink or smoke weed. What is with the weed? Holy crap! It is not legal in Florida, but we had some nice days, and so I was just driving with the windows down. Everybody's smoking weed. It smells like smells like a skunk. I mean, they're all. I mean, you can tell, like, you pull up in traffic, and everybody driving, they're all stoned. Has anybody else noticed that? Maybe in states where it's legal too. I guess it's medicinally available in Florida, but we voted it down. But they're all smoking it, and or vaping it, and it's showing up. And then other places, right? I mean, you pull up at a Publix, go to the grocery store, and you get out of the car to walk into Publix, and you smell the skunk. Everybody, everybody gets stoned. Oh my God. And it's not just, I mean, it's not, it's young and old. Crazy. I do that. I don't know. If you got any questions, you got about 10 minutes. Feel free. Me, throw this back to a 5 minute. I almost forgot. So we'll throw this back. But okay. And we'll bring this back up. There we go. While we're here together, I just want to say thank you for stopping by. We've just been really, obviously, really, really busy, and the markets have just, I mean, fantastic. And this isn't going away. This is the new regime. You know, the sleepy Joe Biden, the sleepy market, everybody getting rich, everybody getting paid. Isn't it a hoot where all this money's been going? I always said, I mean, the Fed, he's going to audit eventually the Federal Reserve. It's the Fed, he's going to audit the gold. And then when he audits the Fed, is what's going to be really scary, because they're going to be really pissed. But they need to audit the Pentagon. They need to audit the Fed. Folks, back in '08, they were sending billions. They were sending our national treasure to every Marxist regime around the world. That shit is coming to an end, as long as those guys can stay where they are. We have no idea to the extent of how much money. Did you see? I was mentioning to some folks this morning, Elon has already stopped 200,000 government credit cards. 200,000. Like, well, that's not so bad. Yeah, it's government. Yet there still remains twice as many government credit cards as there are government employees. What the fuck? What the hell is that all about, right? You know what that's about. Did you see, and maybe you guys didn't see this, at the end of the Biden administration, they sent $2 billion to that woman up in Georgia, Stacey Abrams, in DeSoto County. And she got on MSNBC and was explaining where the money went. And the money went, she took it upon herself to help her residents in DeSoto County do what for climate change, be able to save energy. And do you know that if you buy a brand new refrigerator, they're energy efficient and you can really cut your electric bill? So Stacey Abrams bought, she claims, if you see, you can Google it, everybody in that county a brand new refrigerator. Now, they probably didn't buy the refrigerator that you got, that I got. They probably bought one of those Pelosi refrigerators, one of those Sub-Zero things, so they can put their $15 pints of ice cream in there. How about those apples? Now, do you think she was skimming a little bit? How many refrigerators did Stacy get? This is unbelievable. You guys did hear about how one of Obama's kids got $3 million. I think it was last year. She was funded for a pen pal operation whereby she was pen pals with the little girls in Ethiopia. And she is quoted as saying, and you can Google it, how hard she worked writing those letters. She got $3 million. The Obamas get 2.9 million every year just for being the Obamas. God knows what else, right? This is our money, your money. And when they pump these millions, these billions around the world to support all this garbage, this money does find its way into assets, into the cost of eggs, into the cost of stocks and everything else. When they shut this off, and they are shutting it off, there's going to be, so I don't think we're done here. I think we're setting up for a nice bounce, and we're traders, and we don't invest or trade on the big picture stuff, because why do that, right? Because there'll be, and maybe they don't get it all done in 4 years, and the other party comes back in, and we just start printing again. We just start spending it, like giving it away. But you got to be of the right pursuit. You got to be in the right party, right? You got to be in the right club. So that could come back. It could. Isn't this amazing though? Mm-mm. Yeah, I always was interesting. Like, how is this going to evolve or devolve? How is it going to? What's it going to look like? On the S&P, I don't think you're going to see 6,100 again this year. I don't think so. I don't. I mean, it's possible. I mean, I'd root for it. I mean, I would love to go back up there and get more puts on up there, and especially when they're cheap. Um, but probably not likely. Entirely possible. Let's go. Let's just do this for fun. Let's have some fun. Let's go look at our 3-line break chart. Let's go see where that sucker is, huh? Let's go over here. See if I can do this. Here it is. Let's see. Let's go get a 3-line break chart. Because Kramer was telling everybody, I got to click on the right thing here. Let's see. Maybe I can do it. Hold on a second. I'll build one and then paste it in here. So Kramer was telling everybody, yeah, it's the dip. It's the dip. Buy the dip, buy the dip. Don't worry about it. Everything. And of course, that's been the mantra. So that that's what people are going to think, right? They're like, oh, don't worry about it. It always comes back. Yeah, it does. Yeah, always does. It always has, right? So it always will. Oh, okay. Until it doesn't. May not. Bear with me. I'm going to try to paste the window in here. Copy window. And we're going to paste it in here. All right. So this is a micro chart. This is a minute, but let's take a look at where this is the NQ. So let's go right. Let's take a look where this bitch is on a bigger scale of what could be coming. You've seen this. Oops, my computer is really, really slow. I don't like that. I better wait. These video programs really pull on the processor, so I'm sorry. Come on. Let me see if I can. There it is. All right, so let's come. I got to go up here. Dang it. Oh, come on. Come on. Mr. Chart. I'm trying to get this thing to open. Better wait. Oh, there it is. I don't know why it's doing this. It's a little abnormal. Shoot. Can we do it this way? Oh, I'm sorry. Doesn't want to open. Not weird. Oh, there it was. I had it. There it is. Okay. Customize. All right, so let's put this on. Let's do a continuous contract of the NASDAQ at NQ. And let's put it on a line break. And let's put it on a monthly. All right, we're going to really slow it down, right? And we're going to let's go 30 years back. What are we doing? We can look at it months from now, but let's look at it now. Let's see what's going on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What do you think? You guys look at 5-minute, 1-minute charts. What does that look like to you? This, check this out. They're in trouble. This ain't good, isn't good. Let me get a marker. This is the .com. This is 2008. Isn't that something? That was a disaster. We did this for years, right? Look at that. And then this is when the Marxists got in. This is 2008, folks. This is Obama with a Marxist everything else central bank. This is QE1. This is QE2. This is QE3. This is let's form NGOs, non-government, organizations, and let's just send billions and billions of dollars to all of our friends and family and all of our compatriots, and let's send it to France, and let's send it to England, and let's send it everywhere, and we'll skim it, and let's send it into this war and that war, and we'll skim it. And we'll get homes in Hawaii. We'll get homes in Martha's Vineyard. We'll buy our votes with refrigerators. That's what we're going to do. Oh, then we got Orange Man bad. Well, we can't have him. So we better manufacture a virus. And those people called for the virus a year or two before the virus, and we'll scare the bejesus out of everybody, and that's what they did. And then let's do it again. We got reason to do it again. So we'll put old Sleepy Joe in, and we'll just start printing some more money, and we'll tell everybody to stay home, and we'll just turn the alligator over on the back, and we'll just give them peanuts. We'll give them $750 when their homes get blown away, burnt away, hurricaned away. They're too stupid, right? And but we'll just enrich the hell out of ourselves. The Rosie O'Donnells of the world, the Oprahs, you know that Sean Penn got $5 million. I think he got $5 million to go to Ukraine. Who is that? Ben Stiller. He made $5 million to go there. Like they were selling war bonds for World War II. They were going there and getting paid. The celebrities were getting paid to do that crap, to kill young Ukrainians and young Russians. And now look. Uh-oh. We just reversed on a monthly. Where are we going? You think we're going back up there? I don't know. It could. So you can't bet the ranch. We don't do that anyways, but the likelihood is that we're going to come on down. We probably won't take that out on the first one. And then it'll get really scary. And then what do? We'll go back up. That's when they really suck everybody in. And we still won't make it. And then we roll. That might be the back half of Trump. And then all this shit, all this manufactured, engineered money is going to get sucked out. And if you know how to trade, you're going to be there to vacuum it up. Just like this week, just like any week. It is. This is all manufactured, all engineered. And they just stole. They stole it. You see, when you're a billionaire like Mark Cuban, you don't keep your billions in cash. You have it deployed like Bill Gates. You put it into farmland, into stuff that produces, right? That's where your wealth is. So if you have inflation, you just get richer and richer. You don't care. So let them devalue the dollar. Let them do that. Just makes them richer. But there's a point to when they can't do it anymore. Because see, here we didn't have consumer inflation. Here we have consumer inflation. A package of 18 eggs costs you $9.30, $9.40. Then everybody starts bitching about it. So they can't keep doing it. But Trump was never going to keep doing it because he got in there with those guys and said, they are stealing us blind. They are stealing from the taxpayers. If we don't shut this off, the people are going to march on Washington with tar and feathers, and we're going to have, uh, uh, you know, they're going to storm the Versailles. They're going to storm it. So they need to shut it off. But boy, what a massive, massive bubble. So there's going to be individuals that aren't going to get the money. There are going to be federal workers that get laid off, all of that. That's unfortunate, for the individual. But a lot of that money is going to get taken out. And also, though, there are going to be countries that aren't going to get it. Ukraine's not going to get it. The Marxist, regimes around the world, they're not going to get it, at least not the next 4 years. So they may be a seller of assets. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Could we come back down to here? Could we come back down to where it all began? We absolutely could. Because I got to tell you, when we were doing this in the 1999s, I can tell you we could see it and said, we had gaps down here that it could do this. Nobody wanted to hear it, and it did it. '08, same thing. We could see that coming. It looks tiny. It looks like nothing now, but it was devastating. This one, this one, so freaking obvious that, but who in the media is going to show you that? I'm going to show you that. So anybody who came in here and like, I think I'm going to get long the S&P. Like if I invest for the next 100 years, I'm going to get like 10% a year on average because the last 100 years, that's what happened. Okay. Well, first thing, you don't live for 100 years. So I don't know how old you are, but if you have, you've been able to squirrel away 10 million bucks and you're 50 years old and you're fully invested in this market, all right, that's cool. In 2 years, if we're down 50%, are you okay with a $5 million haircut? Maybe, maybe not. And the other part of it is if and when we do break this, and it's only a matter of time. I'm not saying it's going to be a straight shot. Maybe it's going to take some time. We break that, they'll really panic. So it's fine to say, well, I got 10 million, and if I lose half, honey, we're okay because I got 5 left. But when you get underneath that, and you're like, oh shit, we had 10, and now we only have 2. Now we only have 1. Well, then it is too goddamn late. And they still will sell. That's when they'll sell. But this still think, we're going back up. And look at the trend is straight up. It's still, maybe, but there's a governor on this. Wait till they audit the Pentagon. Wait until they audit the Federal Reserve. And they find out not just the millions that were going to Obama's daughters, going to themselves, not just the millions that were going to Gramnesty. This is a bipartisan, ripoff. Not only the tens and hundreds of millions that were going to Romney and Bernie Sanders. You remember that guy? Do you know Bernie Sanders? He's the avowed Marxist here in the States. Do you know when he was 35 years old, he was arrested in New Hampshire for stealing his neighbor's electricity? He ran a power cable to his neighbor and he got arrested and charged. And when he was 35, he was in Vermont, Vermont. He's a deadbeat. He was a deadbeat then, he's a deadbeat now. Deadbeat Marxist. But he knows how to play the game. He knows how to foment hatred, for the wealthy people, supposedly, for the useful idiots. And in the meantime, he's lining his pockets. We're not that stupid, Bernie. That's what I love about Twitter. But that's what they've been doing. They've been enriching themselves. And the bubble's getting pricked. And it has not been tested. These were little tests, but this is QE1, QE2, QE3. This is Operation Twist, QE4. This was COVID. Let's do QE again. And you might think, okay, well, we're going to keep doing it. You can't. You can't. You can only shuffle the credit cards so many times. If you do it anymore, those 18 eggs are going to cost your wife or your spouse like $50. Right? Now, everyone's been slow cooked for a car that's gone from, from 20,000. It used to be 35,000 was a luxury car. 35,000 now just gets you a 4-cylinder golf cart. Cars now are 100 grand. And everyone, okay, well, we'll finance it for 7 to 10 years. Who cares, right? Because when interest rates were really low, but now they're not so low. So now all of a sudden, we can't pay 100 grand for a car. I'm going to do that. So there is but when the spouses, when the wives are going to the supermarket, once or twice a week to feed the little crumb grabbers. And she's like, honey, uh, I need $1,000 bill. And like, what? What? So there's a limit, and we've hit it. In fact, I'm going to tell you, forget the chart. We hit the limit with the election of Trump. People are pissed, and rightfully so. They know they've been ripped off. They just didn't know how. And I'm telling you, it started back here with the Federal Reserve, the central bank. They're the ogres. It's a bank. They are the titular head of a banking cartel. They're the ones who did it. They enriched themselves, and they enriched their friends and family, and they sent money, all the American dollar that you work so hard to earn, to save, to provide your wealth. They sent it all over the freaking world, and it's ending. It's ending. Thank God. It's going to be something to watch. Now, the good news here is those people that I just mentioned, Obama, Clinton's, Cuomo's, Bernie, Romney, Graham Nisty, they're not Romney in particular. Then the Cheneys, they're not in power. They're not. Thank God. Thank God. Because if it broke on their watch, the way they would have put it back together would have been chilling. Would have been chilling. But Trump is going to have his hands full, and the administration is going to have their hands full. They are, because it's going to break on their watch, and it was always going to be. That was always the. I was like, well, I hate to see it break on Trump's watch, but I'd rather see it break with him there, and to try to maneuver this out of here. But we've been sending it all over the place, and we're not the only country been doing that too. Your other countries have been doing it too. They've been ripping off, your central bank in Canada. You guys been getting ripped off. UK, European Union. My opinion, you've been getting ripped off. They've just been dumping it all out there, and the people have had enough. Um, it's gonna be a blast for us as traders. We're not making you know big bets on the outcome of government policies or anything else. It'd be very very hazardous to one's health to do that. Um, but if you think we're going to have a 2008 to 2025 looking chart, 5 years from now, I don't think so. I don't think so. But we'll trade the volatility just as we're doing here. I want to thank you for coming by. I love looking at that chart though, because I there's no telling. We can go back. It's done it before and sucks back up and then it goes away, that particular chart. But something tells me I think that the near term high is in, and but there will be these feints, and that's where they remember what they call, when we're in a downtrend, they're not dips, they're rips. But what does Wall Street and Madison Avenue call them? Fish hooks, because they gaff them. They suck. They suck the really dumb money into the market. So what? So they can get out. I wish you the best. Be sure to visit our website. If you want to learn to trade mechanically and robotically and take control over a small portion of your money to extract cash flow from the money flow and give it a shot. I'm not going to be giving you the fish. I'm not going to be giving you trades. I'm not going to be managing your money. I'm not making any claims that you will be successful. We have had members come in that have blown us away, done much better than us, and that's totally great because it's not a zero sum game. We've had others that, that have struggled, and for various reasons. It does um, take time. It does take a discipline. It does take patience. It does take risk capital, and it also takes some maturity. We're not doing this for mad money. I'm not doing this like, oh, we got to trade. Hey, Mister, Discord. I just made $500 on a trade. Yay! And, oh, let's go to Miami and have cosmopolitans and talk about crypto with the pretty girls. And I'm going to be a crypto king. Yay! And we're not doing that. You want to do that? Have fun. Have fun. Have a good time. Thanks, folks. Enjoy. We're going to need to turn down. Have fun.